Hey, so this is, I don't know how many videos I've done, but I guess I can call this a reflection. I was reading this article by John Cheese on crack.com about, well, a lot of stuff that healthy kids, healthy normal kids already know or already have, but where to start? How do I start this? You see, I suck at trying to explain stuff. Like, I can understand the concept all by myself, but when I try to explain it to someone else, I kind of feel miserably. Let's start from the beginning. You know, let's make a confession. No, I'm not religious. I'm an atheist. That's my first confession. Semi-atheist. No, I can't call myself an atheist. I worship food. I worship food. I really could never bring. I was never really raised around religion. Like, I was ignorant of it until freshman year or sophomore year. And when I tried to study about it, it was really, really confusing. And when I got to read or study more about it online, and it just started appealing less and less to me. I just don't want to be a part of that, and that's fine with me. I'm not one of those assholes that just goes around like, you're wrong, atheist sucks, you're wrong, Christian sucks. I'm just gonna do me. Oh, there's I will go more into that in a longer video, but this one's just gonna be on general reflection thing. I am a compulsive liar. I guess I picked it up from my mom or my grandmother in my early childhood, because you know they lied to get away with stuff like, what example should I use? What one example that I should not use that will put me in jail? Money. Let's go with money. You know, when a family friend comes over and they ask for money or like stuff in general, my mom or my grandmother would lie to them and say we don't have it, when I know for a fact we do, and it's in a little storage room. They would lie in her face with a straight face, and I saw that, and then I started using it as a tool myself, to get myself out of homework or work and stuff, just so I can sit around and do nothing, really. There's a reason, I guess there's a reason why I sit around and do nothing, but once again, that's going to be in a longer video. This is just a general reflection. The thing is, it's so hard for me to tell the truth, basically. And I'm not doing it to be malicious or anything. Most of it's just bullshit and dumb shit that I shouldn't even have to lie about. But I don't know why. I just do it out of habit, I guess. That's my second confession, by the way. Number 2. When I try to tell the truth, it just feels uncomfortable. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no longer a compulsive liar, like 100% compulsive liar. I addressed that about a year ago, and I'm fixing it up. Sometimes I slip up, and I have to catch myself and stop myself from doing the snowball effect. One small lie to a bigger and bigger, and you have to concoct these stories that if you don't keep up with them, you're going to be exposed to the liar you are. And I was getting sick of doing that. And one day I quit cold turkey. I don't know where that term come from, but I read it in a book somewhere. It was really, really hard. The mental, what's the word? Mental habits. Yeah, I'm gonna name it like that or something like that. Mental habits made it hard for me to do that because I had to think. I actually had to think really, really hard and convince myself to tell the truth. Where before lying just came as natural. So that was one of the hard challenges. Or well, it was a challenge. I wouldn't necessarily say it's hard because there's always going to be, almost always going to be even harder obstacles in the future. Now, a little bit about myself, and I was doing this for a letter to myself. I recently started doing this about 3 or 4 days ago. I just one night I couldn't sleep at all, and I was thinking and remembering how much of my own life that I don't remember. So so one night I made this. I started typing out my letters, my thoughts, and my feelings, and certain experiences that has followed me, that has followed my, that was memorable to me, I guess. All the highs and lows, the tragedy, the comedies, stupid stuff. And I remember in my reflection, I was writing about how I grew up and it wasn't really happy, I guess. I had one of those. My grandmother was the one in charge of the house. She was in charge of raising me. My father left my family around when I was around 5, 4, 3, something like that. Let me move this thing a little bit closer so you can actually hear my voice. Hopefully the audio can hear my voice, but anyway, I really couldn't have that much of a social life when my grandmother was in charge. She died when I was around 16 and I was literally crushed. I was I don't know, I was wallowing in this pool of sadness and I guess that was like my third or fourth time where I was really depressed and I just didn't want to do anything really. She used to lay down these rules, and some of the rules were pretty much requires obedience and no questioning or else I get punished. Like no talking to girls. Sounds ridiculous, right? A grandmother telling her grandson not to talk to girls. Well, if she ever caught me talking to a girl, I would get smacked, and she can punch hard. And this was when I was like 10 or 9, and a punch from her really hurted. And but that was on a good day. On a bad day, she would get the hangers, plastic hangers that you put your clothes on. Once you take those out, ooh, those things hurt like hell. If I get low grades, I get the lecture that I'm going to fail in life or in America, because to them, your grade point average is, in a way, equals to the sum of happiness that you're going to get later on in life. And I used to get 2.0s and one at one point below 2.0. I really didn't excel in school. I didn't know how to talk to people, and I was really, really afraid to talk to people. I I guess you could say I was a loner. I used to sit in the corner of my school and I used to have my face buried deep into all the Harry Potter books. When I first read my Harry Potter book, I was obsessed with it. Like I used to read it every single day in my little corner of the house, and my knees would be drawn up right here. I can't do it now, but my knees are right here, and I used to read a book like this. And I used to beg my grandmother or my mom to buy me all the Harry Potter books. Like I remember I remember asking grandma, can we go to Walmart and go to the book section and look for the Harry Potter book number 2, which I believe was Chamber of Secrets. And when we finally found the second book, I was so happy that I could finally continue on to the next series. And after I finished that, I begged her again to get me the third book, and she was kind of in that, well, you need to get your grades up if you want that book. So I actually had some motivation to do homework now. It was strange now to actually have motivation to do something because it's so hard to motivate myself, really. A psych teacher at my high school said he observed for me that I'm too self reliant, which is a trait in my family, considering how my family escaped from what's the word? A genocide, the Khmer genocide. My grandmother carried her 3 children. One was my mother, and the other 2 were my uncles. And how she escaped from the genocide all by herself. She had to rely on herself and to get out of there, and she had to learn English, everything that you need to be to survive in America. So I guess that's where we all, everyone in my family, got the self reliability from. It's a good and a bad thing, really. I don't have any strong family bonds. I hate it, really. Like the fact that my sister is a stranger to me and that she doesn't want nothing to do with me, it makes me sad sometimes, you know. But I learned to put it behind me and move on. I guess some of the most important things I learned in life so far through running and basketball. First of all, let me tell you how running and basketball helped me in my life. Running taught me how to love myself, really, how to motivate myself and keep going. When I run, and I run like 2 to 5 miles. Mostly nowadays it's just 2, but before I used to run 5 or 6 miles every other day. And if you don't know what that means for some reason, every other day means like Monday skip a day, then Wednesday skip a day, Thursday. On those days I used to run like 5 or 6 miles, and I was proud of that. I was actually proud of something that I did, and I know that I put all the effort into it. Well, anyway, running helped me love myself in a way. I used to self-destruct, really. I was so negative about everything. But when I run, there's this voice in my head that tells me, stay strong, keep moving, you can do it. Stay, do your best until the end, you know? And I have like this little, it's kind of like a little cheering section in my head that tells me keep going. And the same thing with basketball, really. I don't know where it is right now, but there, hold on. Oops. Sorry. Okay. Well, I don't know if you can see it. It's really my basketball's old, and I used to play like every other day. Used to. Nowadays, I don't have that much time, but on the basketball over here, right here it says never give up, and right here you can do it. It's really faded. And you know, when I play basketball, sometimes I would look at the words and I'll keep on playing and playing and shooting, and in a way, it also serves as motivation. I, I get to release all my negative energy, my stress. I always feel a little bit happier from it because I put in the effort to do it, you know? It's weird, you know, because I never really openly talked about this, let alone to camera and putting it on my channel for some stupid reason. But maybe it's a way to record. Yeah, this is a way to record my thoughts and my feelings because I have really bad memory. Well, today is the 10th, no, the 11th of May. It's currently 10:30 something. I don't know, something around 10 o'clock. I'm sorry if I skipped over any topics, but at least I tried, right? And it's the thought that count. Well, I guess that's it. Bye.